by reading and doing more research, you can be able to come up with more and more points on the same. Now we move to the next is the case study, and in our case study we shall be more concerned on the softwood forests of Canada. Then we shall be able to see the differences between the two countries as we move on with our syllabus. Now, Canada, this is a country located in the northern hemisphere. It is one of the temperate lands. It is to the north of the USA, and 75% of Canada productive forest consists of softwood forests. It's good to know that. Then Canada softwood forests are natural, but in Kenya most of them they are planted. Most valuable tree species in Canada include the spruces, the Douglas fir, and the white pine. The forests are coniferous and spread from the west coast to the east coast, south of the Tundra region. The most intensely exploited forest regions are the British Columbia to the west and the eastern provinces of Ontario, the Quebec, up to the Newfoundland. Now, we have 5 areas that are majorly covered by softwood forests in Canada, and they include the Newfoundland, the Nova Scotia, the Prince Edward Island, the New Brunswick, the British Columbia. Those are areas where most of the softwood forests in Canada are found. Now I have displayed an image of a map of Canada, and it's just showing the forest regions of Canada, the distribution of the forests, and even from your atlases back at home, you can be able to look at that from Canada. You can be able to see those regions that I mentioned earlier. So you can be able to see those regions of Quebec, the Ontario, the Manitoba, all those areas starting from the British Columbia all the way. You can be able to see those regions where we have those forests, the softwood forest. You can be able to see them. And I think that image will help you. However, it may not be as clear as it may be in your books, but it's good to go back to your books, be able to go back to your atlases, and you'll be able to get a better understanding and a better insight on the same map. So far, so good. We now look at the factors that favor the growth and the development of softwood forest in Canada. And one, the cold winter conditions and the mild warm summers are suitable for growth of coniferous forests. The low temperatures discourage other forms of land use, hence the alternative land use is forestry. Remember that Canada is one of the temperate lands, is a country located in high latitude areas all the way towards the North Pole. And this country experiences the four seasons, that's the winter, the summer, the autumn, and the spring. And that's why you can be able to see that due to very low temperatures, most of the land use is discouraged, and the only option left is forestry. Then the rugged and steep landscape with very thin soils that are unsuitable for agriculture, leaving forest as the only option. Then high precipitation or rainfall on the windward slopes in Canada, which is suitable for growth of softwood trees. Many rivers in the country that offer cheap transportation of logs, thus encouraging the industries. Major forests are located near the coasts, which make it easy to exploit and export the forest products to world markets. Availability of many rivers, which provide water for generation of HEP, that is simply meaning hydroelectric power, used in paper and pulp industry. Then land availability for growth of forests due to low population. Those are the factors that favor the softwood forest growth in Canada, and you can be able to compare and contrast those factors of Canada and those factors of Kenya, as you saw from the previous slides. Now we go to the characteristics of softwood or the coniferous forest of Canada. And these are the common characteristics of those forests. One, the trees are conical in shape. The trees are light in weight. They occur in pure stands and not mixed stands. They grow tall and straight, about 30 to 40 meters high. They have needle-like leaves. The trees bear cones. The forests are evergreen. The forests have little or no other growths. The trees have thick waxy barks. The trees have shallow root system that spread widely. They have slender straight trunks with flexible branches. Those are the major characteristics of the coniferous or the softwood forests in Canada. Even though Canada is a developed country, not like Kenya, which is developing, they also have their problems that they face in the industry of forestry. And the major problems that they face, one, it is the accidental fires, which destroys large tracts of land. The long cold winters, which make the trees take long time to mature, and this delays harvesting. The steep, rugged landscape in the northern parts. Hinders smooth exploitation of forests. Over-exploitation in some areas has created a shortage of some tree species, which take a long time to mature when replanted. Those are the major problems that face forestry in Canada. Then we go to the characteristics or the reasons that favor the exploitation of the coniferous forests. One, the trees are light in weight, thus they are very easy to transport. And of course that lowers the transportation cost. Then the trees are softwoods, thus they are easy to exploit or easy to cut. The trees occur in pure stands. That means it is easy to select the desired tree species. Then there is little or no other growth, hence very easy cutting. Moderate tree density, thus it is easy to cut the mature trees. The trees have tall, straight tree trunks. They have a variety of modern skills, advanced technology and machinery, which makes the exploitation easy. And then we have well-developed transport system and the use of meltwaters in rivers to transport the trees and make it easier. Those are now the characteristics or the reasons that make it easy for exploitation of the coniferous forests in Canada. So I now want us to look at the differences between the softwood forest in Kenya and Canada. This is our key area of our case study between our country and Canada. So one, we have our first difference is on the tree harvesting. In Canada, harvesting is done through the clear cutting, where in Kenya it is done through selective cutting. The other point is on mechanization. In Canada, the cutting is done using very powerful machines or very powerful power source, while in Kenya it is done using simple power source. Then the period of harvesting. In Canada, the logging of trees is done in winter and early spring, while in Kenya it is done throughout the year. Then we have transportation of the logs. In Canada, the logs are mainly transported using meltwater, where on rivers, where in Kenya the tree logs are transported through roads or trucks. In Kenya, the transportation is very expensive because we are using roads, while in Canada it is cheaper because they depend on meltwater in rivers. Then marketing of forest products. In Canada, there is a wide local and export market for its forest products, where Kenya mostly depends on its local markets. And then finally we have the tree species. In Canada, as a country, it has many softwood tree species which are indigenous, where Kenya has few softwood tree species, and mostly they are exotic, and very few are indigenous. Now, whenever you are giving the differences, you must bring a very clear differences, and using those conjunctions, terms like where or whereas. So we don't say Canada has many softwood tree species than Kenya, because you have not now given the true difference. But you must complete your statement by saying, what about Kenya? What does Kenya has? So if you look at our last point on the tree species, you'll be able to note that Canada has many softwood trees, tree species which are indigenous, while Kenya has few softwood tree species which mostly are exotic and a few are indigenous. So far so good. The other difference is the period of growth. In Canada, tree takes long time to mature due to cold climate, where in Kenya, trees mature faster due to the warm conditions. Remember, Canada is located far beyond the tropics, while Kenya is located within the tropics, and hence that's why we are getting the difference on the rate of growth of the forests. Then forest distribution. Canada has a large area and a softwood forest, where Kenya has a smaller area and a softwood forest. Then Kenya forests are mainly found in the highlands, but in Canada, where in Canada they are found all over the country, on the highlands and on lowlands. So far so good. Those are the major differences. Now, just in case, because of the similarities, it is good to know we also have similarities between the two countries in the form of the forestry as an industry, and the similarities are as follows. One, in both countries, for similarities we use that term in both countries, softwood forests has indigenous trees. In both cases, or in both countries, softwood forest has indigenous trees. The other one, in both countries, power saws are used for felling trees. In both countries, power saws are used for felling trees. In both countries, a rugged and steep landscape favors or encourages forestry. Then in both countries, forest products are market oriented. The products are for gaining income. Of course, they are sold. In Canada, they are not only sold locally, but they are also exported to earn foreign exchange. And I think we have come to the end of that topic, but you allow me to give you an assignment in the next slide. And finally, we have the assignment. We have those questions that you need to research more about, and it will help you to get a bigger and a more comprehensive insight on the topic on forestry. So question number 1, what is agroforestry? And we have given you 2 marks. Why is the government of Kenya encouraging agroforestry? We have given you 8 marks. And then you are supposed to state 3 ways in which clearing of forest has affected the natural environment. 3 marks. And I think that is the end of our topic. I want to take this opportunity to wish all of you a nice holiday. Please take care. Keep on revising, keep on working hard, maintain your character. May God bless you. Thank you all.